Mendix 11.14 is now available and comes with insight into Maia usage, new cloud database metrics, response streaming for AI-generated answers, and more. Let's dive in. Get insight into your Maia usage with Maia Units. You can get a real-time picture of your organization's Maia usage, as well as the controls to manage it. To access Maia Units, go to Control Center and open the Maia page to see the total units, how many have been consumed, and how capacity is allocated across users. A company admin can see on a per-user basis exactly who's using what and manage the limits that you've configured for each user. When you want to do more with Maia, you can purchase additional units using your cloud tokens, letting you scale up your Maia usage to your heart's content. We're introducing a new Maia feature called Maia Log Summaries that analyzes your logs from the last 24 hours and explains errors, warnings, and other relevant details. To explain how this works, imagine that one of your environments is experiencing some performance issues. You go to your deployments page, scroll all the way down to the environment in question, and click the Explain button. This opens a sidebar where Maia will analyze for a moment and then show a summary with 4 categories. The first is the status of the environment with key facts about the analysis and the most important finding. In this example, a 404 error. It then continues with a timeline, showing a chronological narrative of what happened, like volume spikes, restarts, deployments, and silence gaps. Next is the error analysis, where it shows a list of errors grouped by pattern and ranked by how often they occurred. And finally, it shows the security signals, like attack probe detection, if they're present in the access logs. In this example, none were detected. The analysis covers error pattern detection, traffic and HTTP analysis, and deployment analysis. Role-based access control is baked in, so only team members with access to monitoring capabilities can request the log analysis. And lastly, this feature is available for customers using Mendix Cloud and Cloud Dedicated today at no additional cost. So instead of sifting through endless log files to find out why your app went belly up, you can use Maia Operate Log Summary to do it for you and save you time and probably some headache. Keep in mind that this feature is still in beta and is subject to change. Metrics are crucial to understand the performance of your Mendix application. By popular demand, we've added 3 advanced database metrics. The first one is average database bloat ratio. This tracks dead rows across user tables to find out when auto-vacuum lags. The second is the maximum table bloat ratio that highlights the bloat percentage of the single most bloated table. And the third and last one is the largest table size, which shows the size of the biggest table to help identify archiving or partitioning needs. These metrics will help you identify fixes to performance issues, such as resizing the container to get more database space or debloating the database. Check out the metrics documentation for more details and review those alerts in your Mendix Cloud apps under the metrics page. Mendix Cloud's GenAI resources have been extended with Anthropic Claude Sonnet 5 and Claude Opus 5. To get access, you can select these new models directly in the agent editor in Studio Pro without having to refactor your application. And on top of these new models, streaming responses are now supported for chat agents when using the Conversational UI module. You can enable streaming in the model settings in the agent editor. With streaming enabled, the chat experience becomes more responsive. So instead of waiting for the full answer to be generated, the model's response appears in real time as it is created. In this example, the app sends the user's question to the LLM, and during generation, the agent queries the knowledge base and then continues composing the answer. The final response is streamed back to the user as it's being generated, creating a smoother and more natural conversational experience. Try it out now by upgrading to the latest version of the Agents Kit. With so many new features in Mendix 11, it's important to learn exactly how they work. Next to documentation, we've got a number of new learning paths ready to be rolled out in the coming months. The first one is Create Your First Agent and is available right now at academy.mendix.com. In this learning path, you'll learn how to get started with the GenAI Resource Pack and understand how resources work together. You'll create your first agent using the agent editor, then register tools that let your agent query live application data and return accurate results. You'll also connect to a knowledge base, so your agent can search historical records by meaning and not just keywords. And finally, you'll bring it all together into a working agent that reasons over a request and responds reliably, tested in both Playground and a real application. By the end of this learning path, you'll have built a complete AI agent from scratch, and you'll understand exactly why every piece is configured the way it is, so you can apply the same patterns to your own use case. Go to academy.mendix.com to get started today. And those were the highlights for Mendix 11.14. When you're ready to upgrade, download Studio Pro 11.14 at marketplace.mendix.com to use all these new features right now. Check out the release blog on mendix.com/releases and the release notes on docs.mendix.com for the full list of updates. Thank you for watching. I'm Jan de Vries, your low-code host, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, let's go. And the analysis covers error protection. What? No. I'm just going to do the whole thing again. This track, which shows the size of the biggest table to help. Check out the database metrics documentation. Streaming responses are now supported. To get access, you can select these new models directly in the agent. Talking is hard. Thank you for watching. I'm Jan de Vries, your low-code host, and I'll see you in the next video.